So, for those who have been practicing aerokinetics for a little while, I wanted to have a small discussion, and it's not, don't worry about the energy movement. Energy movement at this point is irrelevant. I'm sure there's going to be some just because the way I talk, I like to walk around and do some stuff, but this is mostly content about me talking about what all of this really is. And I can't even reveal everything yet, but I can let you know that number one, a lot of people have in their minds that aerokinetics or the kinesis family or all this magnetism stuff is basically all about empowering oneself with abilities and, I don't know, becoming powerful, and that's the reason why a lot of people get really attached to the idea of the kinetics, because it makes them feel, well, for the most part, a lot of people feel special when they're doing this, but there's nothing special about it. This sort of stuff is exactly like a fish swimming in a pond. You're in a system that's constantly vortexing, constantly moving, swimming over itself, okay? And all humans are doing is learning how to use their environment just like a fish would use its fins in water. That's pretty much what this is. Energy is not what people really think it is. Where there's energy, there's intelligence, mass intelligence. And so it goes so much further than the childish notion of doing aerokinetics or doing something that is ability related. Because anytime there is a lot of energy coming in and being quote unquote used in any sort of given system, behind the veil, that which you cannot see, there is all sorts of intelligence that has gathered within that area. There's all sorts of things that are either feeding off of that energy or utilizing the energy for other things than just these, like I said, the silly human notion that they're somehow powerful in being the creator of all of the stuff that's occurring. It's so much more than that. Energy and mass is something that can be explosive. It is something that can be contagious. It can be enriching, it can be healing, or it can be completely destructive. And like I said, any time that there is a mass amount of energy that is occurring in any one spot, there's intelligences there that are beyond you, beneath you. I wouldn't say beyond or beneath in terms of better or worse, but in terms of knowledge. Okay, so there's always something there that is more than willing to allow you to believe that you are somehow powerful, because it wants to jack you up so it can drain you. So this is the reason why you have to be smart and understand what sort of intelligences that you are operating with, because the intelligences run deep all through this reality. And despite what many people think, yes, we are all one, but while we survive and live in places like this, okay, you still have every single node believing itself to be an individual as well, too. So that is the reason why when you're using energy, you have to be very wise and understand that there's plenty out there, quote unquote, outside of yourself that believes that it's doing this too. So, this is the reason why it's important to be clean within, to be loving, to have good intentions, not to be at the throats of other people, not to be judging, not to be harmful, not to be negative. And not doing this because you think you're becoming powerful, because truly that's a joke. It's funny because anytime human beings get a chance to feel something for the first time, they automatically go towards a messiah complex and thinking that there's something that they're not. So I want it to be understood that the type of intelligences that are out there, there's some things out there that can swallow you whole. Certain things out there that, in terms of how, you know, it all operates, that, well, can sabotage attempts to improve oneself, can stand in the way of all sorts of things in your life, especially if you are unclean and you have several blockages yourself that you have not worked out. And there's certain things that will attach themselves to you as you think you're becoming some sort of a human X-Man, all right? These trees choose to reflect and show the energy that's going on here. They're as much a part of any movement that I do as I am. It's one thing that I like to show people and make sure that they understand. Even this right here, what you would think is dead energy. Still compressed energy, which means it's still intelligence no matter what. Energy's coming off of it. All of this stuff can refuse to show itself. And I've seen people try this on many occasions and never get a single result. Your own mind can, of course, block it as well. This stuff is serious stuff. Like I said, this is one of the reasons why you want to be as clean, especially with the ego, as humanly possible when you embark upon this. If you're trying to do this for power, then I suggest you stop immediately. I suggest you put that into check before you try to go any further. If you're doing this because you want to develop a true loving connection with the universe, then I suggest going forward. The better you get in this, inevitably, especially when it comes to self-mastery, but the better you get with this, the more you realize it's a joke to think that power has anything to do with it. And then the more you'll want to help others achieve this connection. But like I said, the better you do get at this, and it's funny because some people never cross that line. They're always in the stage of, look at me, I'm God, I'm powerful, yada yada blah blah. But those who break through and those who really get beyond past all that, they start looking at all of this as a joke, because these are just the beginning stages. This is what shows you that you've made a connection. That's it. Even if you could pick up a truck with your mind and throw it 500 miles, okay? It's not really that impressive. The ability to spread love and to make everyone feel good around you and to create harmony and wonderful interactions wherever you go is far more important than some childhood fantasy of being able to split the moon in half at will, okay? Or fly and become some sort of a superhero god. Once you start to really get good at this, all of that starts to fade away and you realize how ridiculous it actually is. Because this is where you come from in the first place. This is just what you forgot. So, enjoy.